Good day, welcome back to my channel. I'm just going to do a quick review on the Kastking bait casting. It's a Kastking Speed Demon. It's claim to fame. It is the fastest bait casting reel in the world. The ratio is 9:3 to 1. So that's what my review is going to be on today. I'm going to start off by saying, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It helps out a lot. And those of you who have subscribed and leave comments, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I couldn't do it without you. It's amazing how much support I've already gotten. All right, so without any further ado, the Kastking Speed Demon. I'm going to give you some specs on it here. It weighs, I wrote them down. It's 12+1 ball bearings. This thing casts a country mile. It casts so far, and it never backlashes. It's amazing. You can take the brakes off all the way, and it only has magnetic brakes. It doesn't have the centrifugal brakes, so only magnetic. It has the 12+1 ball bearings. The gear ratio is an astonishing 9:3 to 1. It's so fast. It takes in, with every turn, it takes in 39 inches of line. That's insane. That's crazy. What else? I got the weight. The weight is 8.3 ounces, which is a little heavy, but it's really not bad. I mean, if we can't hold 8 ounces, we have problems. Excuse me. All right, so those are the specs. 9:3 to 1, 12+1 ball bearings. It weighs 8 ounces. It's an amazing reel. Now, before I get into it, I want to let everyone know that I am I'm not sponsored by Kastking, but I am a huge advocate of Kastking. Almost everything that I have is Kastking. It's affordable, and it's quality stuff. It's not junk. A lot of people think that it's junk, and it's not. Kastking cuts out the middleman, and they don't do any advertising. They're only online. You can't get them in the big box stores, so they're itchy. So they're able to offer a quality product at a lower price for the anglers. All right. So this reel was $70. It's sleek looking. You know, it's low profile, but it's big too. It's not small by any means. So the first time I bought it, because I bought it twice. The first time I bought it, I got it, and within, I'm going to say, 2 weeks, the release button here, it broke. It wouldn't click down, and it would never click over to the reeling. So I loved the reel. It was casting amazing, so smooth. You could just whip it out there. You don't even need your thumb on it, really, and it would never backlash. It's crazy. So I called Kastking and I told them, and they said, "Oh, ship it to us. You can overnight it if you want. We'll reimburse you." So I overnighted it, and I had a new one within 48 hours. That was good within itself. So I got it, and I used it, and I've had this reel for about, I'm going to say, a little over a year. You know, and it's an amazing reel. Really fast. You can put any type of line on it. You can put it. It never backlashes. I mean, unless I did have an issue with braid one time, but I think that was due to how I spooled it up. I think there was just a little like a rivet in there, and it bound up in there because it wasn't a backlash. It was, I went to cast, and it was just, there was like, it just stopped right there, and then I couldn't pull it out any further. So like I said, I'm a Kastking guy. Everything I have is Kastking, but there's a problem with this reel. I didn't mention one spec on the initial part, and that's the drag. The drag is 13 pounds, 13.2 pounds, I believe. So when you lock into a big fish with this, it doesn't have the balls. It can't handle the fish. So I was out in Maine, and I caught a big fish, and it couldn't it couldn't handle the fish. The drag was just pulling out. So if you're, and the fish was, I ended up landing the fish. It wasn't huge. I mean, it was huge, it was big, but it wasn't huge. It was probably 6.5 maybe. It wasn't a big fat fish. It was a long fish. When I put it on the hog trough, it measured almost 22 inches. So it wasn't huge. So if you're just using this for, you know, I don't know, putting around and catching some panfish, or maybe a couple pickerel, or even some smaller bass. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. It's a wonderful thing. But if you think that you're going to hook into a big bass, you know, or if you think because it's so fast, you know, you're going to use it as your frog rod, and you're going to put some heavy braid on it, and you know you're going to be pulling big fish out of cover, it's going to fail. It's going to fail because of that drag. The drag just isn't there. Like I said, it has only the magnetic brakes. It has a great spool. Everything else on the reel is absolutely wonderful, and I'm going to say short of spectacular. All the other reels that I have by Kastking, the drag is upwards of 18 pounds. And I've never had a problem with any of them. In fact, I love them. And then when this came out and I saw that it was fast, and of course we need the fastest in the world. All of us do as fishermen. But it fails. It fails if you want to, and this fish dove down, and it was in a little bit of cover. It wasn't like mats, or I was pulling this crazy amount of mats out or anything. It was just fighting. And before it even got into that cover, I tightened down the drag, and it was still failing. So the 13 pounds of drag is not enough to compete with largemouth bass, or good-sized largemouth bass. So I wouldn't want anyone to go out and buy this, and then, you know, you lock into that big fish, or especially if you're a tournament fisherman, and you're gonna lose that fish or have trouble. I ended up bringing that fish in by hand. So luckily the line I had on that the line I had on there was going to hold. So that's my review. I hate to say it. It kills me to say it because I'm such a fan of Kastking, but that drag, that 13-pound drag, isn't going to hold. All right? That's all I got for you. Be well. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the bell. That's going to let you know of any new videos that I have coming out. All right? Thank you very much. Bye.